Hey y'all, so I thought that I'll start a little series for myself. Maybe it'll help some other people also. This is going to be like my little mom diary. I just have a lot on my mind, a lot of things that I've been really dwelling on and thinking about for years now. And I don't want to just keep carrying that. I kind of want to just think about it, analyze it, think about how I can move forward, doing better moving forward and just let it go. So I am going to just talk about some things that I've been feeling. I did write some things down just because I'm not that great of speaking my mind on the spot. Sometimes I have to sit and think about it. I just feel getting my words together helps me to be heard in the best way. And I don't know, I just feel like it'll help me. So if you want to stay, I appreciate it. If you don't, I definitely understand. This is how my experience felt as a mother, basically, like in the first 3 to 4 months of being a new mom. Imagine doing your best as a mother, baby well fed, dressed, hair well done. She has everything she needs and more. Despite me losing my job during maternity leave, despite my struggle with finding reliable income, despite transportation issues or outside support. Going through your pregnancy mainly alone, doctor's appointments and all while struggling with transportation. It was hard, y'all. Having my baby and everyone just plotting on their chance, like, when are you gonna let us get her? Like, how long till you let us get her? You know you're gonna need some rest and stuff and all these other things. And I just never understood why people couldn't come over and watch her for a little bit and let her get comfortable, let me get comfortable, because half these folks I really didn't know like that for real. I invited everybody over for a barbecue basically 5 days after I had my baby. I did a lot. Like, my guy was doing the barbecuing of the meats and I did all the sides, desserts, all of that, and I made sure everybody was good. I fixed everybody's plate. Somebody even wanted me to do their hair while they were there. Nobody asked me how I was doing, how I was feeling, none of that. It was a lot, and I did end up feeling very dizzy and sick. It took me a lot longer to recover because I was doing everything. Like, when my guy was off at work, it was just me and the baby. I know that if I would have called them and been like, hey, can you help me out? They'll be like, oh yeah, I'll come get the baby. But it's like, I'm a new mom. Like, I just had my baby. I don't necessarily want you to take my baby out the house. And then I feel a little weird if you don't want to hang out. Like, if you feel weird hanging out with me and let me see how you interacting with you a little bit, then I feel weird about you taking my baby out. Fast forward weeks and months later, and people will pop by and ask why we haven't brought the baby to see them. We reminded them that we've been having car issues, and sometimes the car wasn't even outside. Like, for months, the car was constantly being fixed on. We kept getting it fixed, trying to, get the problem taken care of, but nobody ever could fix the problem. So now we're out of money, we're out of transportation. I don't have a job, but we're still, making it work as we should as, young parents. I was struggling to get my baby to her appointments. In that first year they have so many appointments and stuff, but I made it happen. It was very stressful on me. I ended up getting a job as a virtual assistant. It doesn't make enough to cover all my bills, but it's something. And so I was trying to work, get my baby to appointments without a car. I was dealing with the transportation companies. It was a mess, and like, no family was ever there to be like, help us. Like, going to the store and stuff, it was a struggle. Like, we'd have to pay, or I have to deal with weird transportation companies, and it was just a lot. Oh, and I also missed my appointments, like my checkup appointment I missed, and I was supposed to have another appointment that I missed, and then I was supposed to go to the dentist, but it's like I didn't have childcare and transportation, and then for anybody who could watch her, I would have to drop her off on them, and it's like, it was just a lot, and it was too much for me. Like, I was the only thing holding me together in a way. Like, my guy's there too, but in the aspect of like really checking on my mental, like, I had nobody for real, so I took care of myself the best way I could at home, essentially. Also, on top of his family, just popping up randomly and criticizing us and like saying that I need to get that's another story. They would disappear again, and my family would call and diss me just to see her, like, see my baby on FaceTime. They didn't say hi. They didn't say how you're feeling. Nobody ever asked me how motherhood was treating me, like nothing. It's like they weren't even my family anymore, honestly. That's how I felt. They just want to know, like, when I'll bring the baby to see them. They didn't care that I was struggling with transportation, low on money. Like, they didn't care. Like, they just want, me to bring the baby to see them because they don't want to come here. I don't know what their beef is with where I live, but most of them don't want to come. Like, my mom is like the exception of that, and my brother did come one time. What hurts most of all wasn't the lack of care or support. It was them accusing me of starving my baby because I wouldn't feed her what they wanted, or every time she cried. For the record, she was eating real good. I went off the doctor's recommendation. I know some people feed their kids at 2, 3, 4 months. That's their business. I started feeding my baby food at 5 months, and I started off with like little things and worked her up. They wanted me to feed her pork at 5 months. They wanted her to have pork and rice at 5 months. And I was like, no, like, she's gonna have chicken first, and then we're gonna do steak, then shrimp, and they had a problem with how I wanted to feed my baby. But I already have a plan for my child. I've already done research, and this is how I want to feed her. Respect that. Oh, because she was small too. Like when I was pregnant, I didn't gain much weight, and they had to basically go in and check and make sure she was getting nutrients because she was small. And they were like, yeah, she's getting her nutrients. Like, are you eating? I'm like, yes, I'm pregnant. I'm hungry all the time. Like, I ate 5 times a day, but I wasn't gaining much weight, and she wasn't either, I guess. But she's healthy. She's such a healthy, happy baby now. Like, she's always been a healthy, happy baby, but because she's been on the smaller side, they assume that she's not healthy. But that baby is so healthy. She's so happy. She's so smart. Anytime she cried, they would accuse me of starving her. But as parents, we know newborns, they take a while to really start soothing from their parents and stuff. So it took me a while to like really be able to soothe her quickly. And in those first 2-3 months, she was colic. She had like colic issues and stuff, and that's why she would cry after she eats. But their solution was for me to give her more milk. And I'm like, that's not what she needs. Her stomach is trying to settle from the milk she currently has, But it's just been a rough experience when it comes to like outsiders, and I definitely will continue this series. Y'all let me know if y'all like this. Any tips? Am I talking too long? I like that I wrote it down because it really helps me to analyze my thoughts. Also, I just hope y'all have a great day. Bye.